Welcome to Read Between Us, Verity Part 2.
Verity Part 2.
Nice. When the fiction feels too real.
Yeah, I think our first episode was deep.
Yeah, very deep.
We really got into the book, and I think it was...
It is a very serious book, too.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not that serious. I think it can cover a lot.
Yeah, I think it's just a good thing, like, you don't understand what's going through a person's mind.
True.
And, like, what they're going through, like, the facade that they put on.
Yeah.
And I think it's very relatable to...
Yeah, and it's uploaded, so if you haven't heard it, please go and listen to it.
Yeah. Things make sense.
Yes, it might be a bit too serious compared to our first episode, but I think it's needed.
Yes. And I feel like it's very real. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very lived reality for most people. So I think that's where it touches.
Cool. So I think in this episode we're diving beyond the plot of Verity and into the darker, more personal themes of the book. And the impacts on real life.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Because there's a lot of things that we could take out of the story that sort of, or kinda, you can see it in today's world.
Yeah, especially, but we're just gonna get into like postpartum depression.
It's a bit more serious than the last episode. So this is part 2 of our Verity deep dive, and this time we're peeling back the fictional layers and getting into the real stuff the book touches on, right?
Yeah, trigger warning, for some of these themes are very real and very deep. So we have themes on postpartum depression, grief, loss, psychological trauma.
Yeah.
So if these things feel like they hit home or too raw for you, you know, this is a safe space where we'll talk about it, but also you're okay to not listen in on it.
And I think it's important to get some awareness too on it, you know. A lot of people don't talk about it.
No. Yeah.
But I think postpartum depression is something that you and I can relate to a lot.
Yes.
Considering we're moms with 9-to-5 jobs. But yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good to talk about, and grief as well.
Yeah.
With you losing dad recently as well. It's the wound's very fresh.
Very. And I think with grief, like, it really puts things into perspective. I think before, like, when you hear someone's passed away, this is my experience, when you hear someone's passed away, it's like, oh, that's life, you know. You just know that, okay, you know, it'll happen sometime. Like, you're very complacent about it happens, you know. But then when it hits you, it's like, okay, then how do you get on with this? That's lifetime now.
Yeah.
So still learning it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it doesn't, I think the closest person that I've lost and I really felt or went through it would have been my grandfather. And I was in Japan when I got the news, and I felt so devastated. I couldn't do anything, you know. Like, it's life.
Yeah, but then
it makes you think about. I guess it just puts a lot more perspective on life.
And then you think about, like, things you could have said, things you didn't say, and then so it really just brings in that, and then you just look at, like, what you're gonna do now. Like, what can you do better to make it more wholesome with your time here on earth. So,
and I think if you tie it back to Verity, like, I think we mentioned in the first episode how when I was reading through it was sort of hard to grasp that a mother was writing about her kids this way. And expressing her thoughts like that, and so just that kind of mindset, I think, is very eye-opening.
But, like, how do you reach that point? Like, you know, when you watch the series about Ted Bundy and all these serial killers, like, what mental wiring is there that just trips for you to become psychological killer or psychological in that way? I guess that's comes back to the point where there's just not much mental awareness, mental wellness and awareness on, like, how somebody can just flip or hide it and go through it. So
And I'm gonna keep tying it back to the book. Like Verity was a mom of 3.
Yeah.
She had twins, and she had the youngest crew. So 3 kids. And then the story is tragedy after tragedy, right?
Yeah.
So one twin drowned.
First twin,
Oh no, she
Chastain, died of an allergy.
An allergy.
It was a nut
An
allergy.
allergy though.
A nut allergy. She was staying at a friend's house. They had a sleepover.
Oh, that's right. And the friend,
they
sort
don't
of
know
snuck.
how come they snuck up snacks when everyone is asleep,
Crazy.
but then she blamed immediately Harper, like the second twin.
Exactly. Not even the parent or
No.
the adult that the house that they were staying in.
Because she had like a vision. She said that she saw Harper killing the sister, like in a vision or in a dream. So that's why she
tried to put
shifted
that
all
hanger.
her love and focus on
right.
Chastain because she wouldn't be there for long.
Yeah.
And that's where that favoritism thing and everything came into play.
I mean, that in itself is crazy to me because if you're having twins, right? No one I know has. I mean, I wouldn't know what they're thinking, but you don't see that, right? It's not. You don't see where someone's torn between twins.
Yeah, and like when Jeremy, he picked up how she treated them differently, and then got angry at that dinner when she just kept going on about how Justine was doing so well in school and everything, and he threw the dinner on the wall.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he picked up on those things. So I'm wondering why he didn't pick up on other things about Verity.
I think there's a lot to Jeremy we don't know about. I feel like they didn't really, because everything was on Lowen's perspective. They didn't really shed more light on Jeremy. If there's a part 2, I'm pretty sure that'll be it.
Yeah,
Did you read the bonus chapter, by the way?
No, I haven't got around to it.
Read it.
I feel like you should just tell me.
No.
It spoils
It's
it.
not that long. It's only 4 pages.
Okay. I'll read it.
You can do it while you're washing dishes or something. Yeah, so that brings us to the first topic, right? Motherhood and postpartum depression.
Yeah, motherhood. It's a joy.
Love it.
It's a hard-working
May
joy.
not look like it, but I love it.
I always say, like, you bad day, good day, you gotta show up 100%.
Yeah.
If you're not at 100%, at least your partner can supplement to make up 100%. Because if you're feeling at 40 and they're at 60, it's like, okay, set.
Reminds me of Grey's Anatomy's scene where Meredith is trying to grieve Derek, and then Amelia comes and she's like, "You didn't tell me that who she was when the girl, the doctor who couldn't save Derek's life." And she turns around and she just looks at him and she goes, "What do you mean I didn't tell you? I don't owe you anything." Like, I got kids. I can't afford to be breaking down in front of them and grieving in front of them. I have kids. I need to
stay strong.
Yeah, stay strong, be normal, get the kids to school. It's crazy. Motherhood.
I never got into Grace.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna sidestep a bit, but for you and I, because we've known each other before motherhood.
Yeah.
And we were there for each other's first babies and our second, your first baby and my second baby, we were pregnant at the same time.
Yes.
Which was fun. Not doing it again though.
No, it's okay. You know how they say it's fun to be pregnant with your best friend? It is.
It is.
Okay. Our girls are growing up together. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Forced to be best friends.
They love it, right?
They love it. It's okay. Very two different personalities though.
Yes. Yes. Sagittarius and then Aquarius.
Yeah.
They make quite the pair. Alright, coming back to it.
Yeah.
Postpartum depression. Like, okay, I would think I'm glad I did not go through any of the
Serious.
real depression. But there are bouts of it where you question, where you're just thinking you're doing it wrong, not a fit enough mother. Like, it comes and goes. Sometimes when you growl at your kid because they're doing something or you're teaching them and you just, I went too far.
Yeah.
I feel like crap.
True.
You go to sleep feeling like crap because of all the things you just mothered wrong in your eyes.
I always hug and kiss them when they're asleep. They look so peaceful.
Yeah, not a menace when they sleep. I think it was different for me. My first childhood with Giovanna and then with Emery, because with Giovanna I had my mom here, and then with Emery it was just me.
You.
And it makes such a big difference when you have your mom.
It does.
When you're going through that, it just nobody looks after you like your mom, especially when you're at your most vulnerable.
Yeah, that's true. And even with me, my first one, I'm pretty sure I went through it because I had a difficult birthing experience with my first child, with Tukai. And
even after that, the complication.
Yeah, and then as soon as he was born, we found out that he had a medical condition.
Yeah.
Birth defect, and from then on, so like, the joy that you're supposed to feel as soon as you give birth, that was robbed from me because as soon as he was born, they had to do the checks on him, and that's when they found out like what had happened. So 2 days old, we're back in the operating theater, going through another surgery, which is crazy because like I didn't even have time to digest what just happened, and like me being cut open and everything. But then we were in the hospital for a whole month, and
he was in NICU.
And I was all the way in Morrison, and you know how you have to feed your baby every 2 hours. So I had to walk I was offered the wheelchair, but I was told walking would be better. Walk from Morrison to the NICU ward every 2 hours, and it would take me at least 40 minutes to walk because I had stitches, fresh stitches. So for a month, but I didn't really think, like I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was just trying to feed my baby. So it wasn't until after that we got discharged. Tukai had a stoma bag. We had to do a lot of trainings on how to change the bag, how to look after it properly. So that in itself took a lot of mental capacity. I don't know what to say. Like a lot of your mental strength, I should say.
And just stress, I would imagine.
Like in those moments for me, I didn't think about that. Like I couldn't afford to be stressed about other things.
Keeping him alive.
Yeah, it was just like, no, he needs to change. Has he, every 5 minutes I'm like checking. Do I need to change it? Do I need to change it? Is the especially when there's sores, because it's a sticker,
Yeah.
And the sticker on and off for 3 years.
Your third nanny.
Yeah, you are my third nanny, right? And you keep taking it off, and like your skin, it gets irritated with
because it's sensitive.
The glue.
It's rub raw when you clean it all the time.
So those are the things that anyway. But we got discharged, went home, and I think for that first 2-3 months, I was really feeling it because we hadn't hung out, right? And because of all like we didn't have a girls.
Yeah, but I kept coming.
You kept coming.
Yeah, I think I was the one who was just trying to like look after my first baby.
Yeah, and I think people kept coming as well.
Yeah.
But
I think for me shared this.
No, I haven't. But mentally, like, I was drowning. I was drowning because it came to a point where I didn't feel like I was connecting with Mika, and oh God, we didn't have tissues for this. I didn't feel like I was connecting to him, how I usually am with babies, and I love babies.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that, baby love.
But we never saw it.
Because I was like, no, because in a what do you call it? In a stressed environment, I'm just like, what do you need to do? This A, B, C, D, action. So that was me, my first entire 4 months or 3 months.
And those are
3
like
months.
Critical.
So it was just me surviving. I think once everything started to settle down was when I started to realize I did not, I just didn't want to, I was just spaced out.
Yeah.
I'd just sit there pumping, I just sit there. Okay, I need to do this in my to-do list in my head. And then I was talking to Eroni about it. Well, actually, Eroni talked to me about it.
Yeah.
Because he realized how...
You were just methodical, like just going at
no,
it.
I wasn't myself.
Yeah.
I was emotional. I was not emotional. So it was just like a roller coaster of emotions going back and forth. And then I said it, and he told me to stop one day, and he's like, you know what? I think you need to call the girls, and I think you need to go out for a girls' night or something.
We did that, but I think also you two went on dates, and that's when I would come over and just be like, yeah, just get out the house.
Yeah.
Let me look after you.
But I think that was after the first,
Yeah.
because my first outing after I gave birth was the girls' night.
Yeah.
And I think after that,
You started feeling
I started to feel a bit better. And then Eroni was, we were discussing about it and realized that I'm a very sociable person. I sort of need to socialize with
You
the
don't
girl.
thrive in isolation. Eh?
No.
You would never survive on an island by yourself.
Probably not. No, I don't think I would. Yes, we're built different. But yeah, I think I survive on just being with other people too. I can be alone. I don't mind being alone
like,
sometimes, but not too long.
periods of time.
I enjoy my 5 minutes being alone in the toilet every morning.
Just 5.
Just that's it for one of them.
Oh, but thank you for sharing. I think we never really got into it because we just assumed that
I had it together.
Yeah, like I knew it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I knew it was hard.
No, and people were like, man, that must be really hard. And
but they were just thinking of the extra layer of care that Tukai would need, but not you having to take on the fact that you said that it was robbed. That's.
But
that's
I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Not until years later when we talk about it. But at that moment, everything was just okay. What to do next?
And it makes sense why you just dedicated so much time and energy when Valerie came. You just completely I'm only gonna be here in this space looking after her, and Eroni's just doing all the running around and preparing the bottles and everything while you were just this is my space.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
It's true. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both my births, I had to be in the hospital for longer than I was expected with Tyler, with Valerie.
Yeah.
She was born 17th December, and then
just before Christmas or after,
because my water broke the week before,
and you didn't even
the midwives cleared me. They said, no, you're fine, go home. So I was like, I'm pretty sure my water broke. They're like, no, you're okay. And then when they gave birth, they were like, your baby bag was empty.
Oh man, she was surviving on hope.
So we both got put on antibiotics in case one of us got an infection. So that was 2 weeks in the hospital. Yeah. And I wasn't in Morrison that year. I decided to give the public ward a try. Very much. Regretted that. So if you can afford a private doctor, do it.
And I couldn't do much because I was heavy, pregnant too. So it was so funny.
That's true, yeah. But the stitches, when they stitched me up, it was really bad. I was telling you about it, right?
And I couldn't move. They had to reopen that one.
They had to reopen it and redo it properly. Crazy. Yeah. And this is why I don't want to have a third child.
This is your ad slogan for those who are single. Man. Yeah.
So my glimpse into postpartum depression. I'm blessed not to have gone through the full thing. I'm blessed to have been aware at some point.
I think it's just, for me it was slightly different. When it came to Emery, I just pushed everyone away. I just wanted to do it myself. And it got to a point where Chochi was literally in my face about, you need help, you should have somebody. I was like, no, I can do it by myself. But I was struggling. I was like, I can do it by myself. I'm not incapable.
Yeah.
I trusted myself to do it. I did it, you know. Everything was done. The kids were set. But then I was just haggard.
Yeah.
And then it was so hard relinquishing that control. I don't know what came over me. I just felt super...
I think both pregnancies you sort of went into a shell.
Yeah, that's my mom anyway. Well, with Giovanna,
Yeah.
was hard. It couldn't be helped. It was straight into COVID. Like she was born in Feb and March COVID.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So it worked out for you. I don't remember you being as shut off with Emery though.
I think
Was it maybe because I didn't really? I was here. I mean, I tried to
Yeah.
come over.
no, I think it was just me, just doing things. Like even I kept Chochi like, no, I got it. Like
Maybe it was just between you and Churchy.
yeah, but he knew I was struggling because like, I was supposed to be rested and I'm just trying to do the house, trying to do some work and make stuff, and he's like, you need help. Then help me. So yes, I don't know. You just go into this space where like, if I can birth a child, I can do anything. You can, but don't be silly.
Yeah.
Accept help when there is help, because down the line you just will not see how much you are hurting yourself.
Yeah, I think it's. Have you seen? I think we shared the video on TikTok. Is it in? I don't know what country it's in, where they give birth and the moms and the babies go into like a spa. Korea.
They have those like hotels for mothers who just gave birth, and they just get the best food, best rest,
Yeah.
everything.
I think that's important. That's especially important. And I think both of us, that's the common thing, is we didn't have that with one of our kids.
Yeah.
You know, like we couldn't afford to have that. For me, I couldn't, like, but in hindsight, my lesson is it's important for women to have someone to help them,
Yes.
especially after you've given birth. You can't do it on your own because your body needs to recover.
Yeah.
And it's not just your body, it's your mental health too. And I think a lot of times as women, especially in the Pacific, we push it aside,
It's a sign of weakness if you just don't get up and
do
all the things you were supposed to do before you were pregnant while looking after the baby. It's like, oh, if I did it with my 10 kids, you should calm down.
Yeah. It's more like, no, your kids come first, this comes first, work comes first, put food on the table.
And
your mental health don't need
need
to worry about it. But I think it is important now, especially.
What's the Fijian term?
Tandoka?
Tandoka. Yeah. And a lot of people, like, they put it as in they see a woman who's, mentally ill walking the street. Oh, Tandoka. Not any care.
Or
past
even,
it.
I mean, it can come in different forms, I think.
Yeah.
Women can handle it differently. Some women can't process emotions at all. And so they're just going through all the emotions.
Like long depression kind of thing.
Yes, and then there's some that just sort of spaces out, goes into the shell. And there can be like different spectrums to it, I guess. Crazy. And I think for Verity, it was her unfiltered thoughts,
Yes.
in the script, in her biography.
And I think that's why there was like some sense of truth to it where it could be believable, because at some point you go through those like unfiltered thoughts or that like, and you're just like, whoa, I can't believe I thought that.
Yeah, and then that part where she leaves the kids when Jeremy went to work.
Oh, that one sticks out to me.
And she just lets the baby cry and she just goes into her room and puts on her headphones and sleeps or something like that.
I won't lie, like you space out sometimes when you're so used to it, like you're doing it.
True, when they're crying.
When they're crying, like you
just
space out, you're like, oh, it's okay, you can wait, I can do this. But then afterwards, when you hear the crying, you're just like, oh crap. It doesn't. But to act like meaningfully go and sleep, knowing your kids are in the room starving, crying, oh man. That was dark. That really, dark. Really got me. Because you see some of the news, some people actually do that.
Yeah.
There was this, I don't know, 2 years ago or so, where the lady left her 10-month-old baby, went for vacation, came back, baby was dead.
I will never understand that.
For vacation.
I just saw a TikTok video last night and I watched it. I was like, you shouldn't be watching this. But I was watching it. I was just like, the auntie was looking after the nephew and niece, would be our kid's age. And the cops were doing like a random check. They saw that it was just a traffic stop, normal traffic stop kind of thing. And so they asked her they checked that they could smell a stench coming from the boot. So they asked her to open the boot and everything.
Yeah.
So she had like a suitcase, and in the suitcase she was like, no, this is just rubbish, it's just trash. Black woman. And it was a white cop and a black cop as well. And then they were trying to tell her, you need to, like, where's the stench coming from? Like, open the garbage bags. We want to see what the stench is. Yeah? So why are you carrying rubbish around? So apparently she killed the nephew and niece and stuffed them in trash bags and then had them in the car. So I think she was trying to transport the bodies somewhere. As young as our kids, primary school. It was so bad. I couldn't. And the black cop, when he saw it, because he was like, you need to, like, he thought it was just rubbish. Yeah? He opened, and I think he must have seen the body because the camera sort of went black. Yeah, blurred in that place. So he must have seen a body part or something because he lost it. He lost it. He couldn't believe what he saw. And that's a cop. And you imagine what kind of the cops that see dead bodies every day, especially children. Those are.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever go past that.
But the auntie, the woman, she didn't
register, like, no feelings, like, completely cold.
Nothing. She's just like, you're not letting me explain. Let me explain. That's what she kept saying. And the cop was just like, don't talk to me. I didn't ask you a question. Just sit there.
Oh, I could never be a cop because if I saw that, I don't know, you were in the trash bag too.
Crazy.
Oh,
yeah, so Verity's raw, unfiltered thoughts about motherhood in that book is something I think we should put a disclaimer about for Verity.
Yes.
If you're a mom reading it.
Yeah, if you're very sensitive to that or just have some kind of issue, just be cautious.
Very cautious.
Yeah. And I think just the deep contrast between her really dark, unfiltered thoughts to her very passionate thoughts on Jeremy.
I know.
That contrast, like, she just went from like, yeah, I don't mind my kids dying to I love you with
I just want Jeremy
my every breath
to love me.
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, the obsession.
Yeah, she was obsessed.
Like,
it's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't necessarily have to be you breaking down. It can just be resentment, numbness, spaced out, like we talked about.
And I think that's worse because then you've already resigned yourself to that kind of fate and you're just, you're just a shell.
Yeah.
And I feel that's harder to get back than a moment. So if we hop into Verity's obsessive nature with Jeremy from the manuscript and like just how toxic was it, her being toxic to him or him toxic to her?
I wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying. There wasn't much light on Jeremy, but from just that alone, my perspective was that Jeremy knew a lot of what was happening, but didn't talk about it, and in some way he was also troubled.
Oh yeah, I think
like his coping mechanism
he was the dark one, and he just enabled
a lot. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And then to get Lowen to be just as obsessed. Just from reading, I still just
he said all the right words.
Lowen just coming in, reading that and not wanting to find answers yourself and just completely.
But we've seen that so many times where a girl, because if you read briefly, right? She didn't have a serious relationship at all before that. She didn't know what it was or what it felt like. And with her producer slash boyfriend, was it producer? No, was it her agent?
Publisher, yeah.
Yeah, her agent slash boyfriend. They were just a casual thing for a while. And then Jeremy comes, says all the right words, says all the right things, does all the right things.
Moves. But it was the lock on the door, man.
That's crazy.
Your first instinct to keep someone safe is to put a lock on their door.
I can't remember where I started questioning Jeremy. But I think it was his lack of concern for Verity upstairs. Every time he was flirting with Lowen, or every time he was a bit concerned, and I feel like he purposefully portrayed to be really sad about Verity's case.
Yeah.
And used that as like an emotional trap for Lowen.
Yeah. I think I said
because he wasn't too strong, you know. He didn't come on too strong.
No.
He let it fester.
Yeah. I think I did say in the first episode that I think he plotted it out all too well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is
so
he knew everything. He planned everything.
So he manipulated Verity enough to be the victim?
Mm. And he also knew about the manuscript the entire time she was reading it. You know?
He just didn't know where it was.
She didn't tell him she was reading the manuscript.
No, he did.
But he knew, obviously, she was reading it.
Yeah. He knew it was somewhere.
What if he placed it there?
Because she was trying to look for it, right? Verity. That's why she kept going around. She was trying to look for the manuscript.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I would have put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him. I would be for the idea that he put the manuscript there for her to find. Because she found it on the first day, no?
Yeah.
See?
Because he said you should go to her office. That's the best place to start that line. It was just under some books in the boxes.
Read the manuscript, painted Verity out to be the bad guy.
Yeah, it did everything for him. He didn't have to do anything. Just keep playing the sad, grieving dad and be so good with
crew this, crew that.
Wow, yes.
And then also butter her up nicely on the side romantically.
Oh gosh.
Toxic
relationship.
And for her, he would have known about her past.
Yeah.
He would have known.
He had enough money to do all of that. They had enough money to do all of that.
Ooh. I think maybe he didn't plan on falling in love with Lowen. Just a thought.
Just a victim?
Right? Because he would have he was reading her books from before he met her. He would have picked her out to be researched on her.
Yeah.
Picked out, you know, she's alone, she's not married.
But why?
Lost her mom. Like, maybe he tried to get rid of Verity. That was his plan, to get rid of Verity. But then he didn't expect to have a kid with her and fall in love with her. I'm just guessing, because you can't go through that plan and think having. Maybe, I don't know. There's so many ways about it.
But why Lowen? Like, if he had a target, because they met randomly at the gala, right? And Verity.
No, you're talking about Verity.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about Verity. I think genuinely him and Verity were in love. Because everything started to spiral.
Maybe he went through his own, had a psychotic break after the twins died, and that was it.
Probably. Actually, because he really loved his kids.
Yeah. You know, severe trauma, both of them, not just one. Losing one is hard enough. Losing both.
He had, a lot of his time and focus too was on crew.
Yeah.
So he was just trying to get rid of Verity.
And they were both fighting for crew. Without crew even. Poor kid.
And Verity would have been scared of Jeremy to a point.
Yeah, I mean, to a point where she had to fake being catatonic and all of that.
Crazy.
But that just goes to show, because we're Team Leto, right?
Yes.
It just goes to show,
yes.
she did not She did not
Although I
get
enjoyed
out.
the manuscript.
Yeah, she did not get out in the end. Verity, from the abuse and all that Jeremy put her through, and that just goes to show like this, like the lengths a woman would go to keep herself safe and her
Her
kids safe. And in most times, most cases, it does not work out like this.
Yeah.
Fiji, the Pacific domestic violence rates, the highest percentages in the world, some of the highest percentages in the world compared to just how small our population is to bigger countries. So, domestic violence is very real. So, it's not new. It happens in
and it's
so
not just
many
physical
content.
abuse, it's
And
mentally
then,
as well.
yeah, so she went through all that. She did not come out to see the other side. It wasn't a positive thing. And then the thing with Lowen now is her state of abuse, that what could happen to her now.
That's what I'm saying, is part of the plan, and I don't think he expected to be with her.
Or be found out.
Can I talk about the bonus chapter?
Go for it. I don't know if I'll read it, but I want to know now.
So they move out, they sell the house, I think, but it was too much for both of them because the house reminded them of Verity. So they moved to a secluded area, like a whole new state, I think. And the scene opens up with them being at the beach and with their kid. I can't remember if it was a girl or a boy, but they're they're on the beach, and apparently Jeremy loves to run, right? So he was on one of these runs, and so it was just her and Crew and
the kid.
And she, for a while, she talks about Crew, how she was genuinely concerned for Crew, and how, from my perspective, when I was reading it, I don't think it mentioned it, but I think she was really worried about Crew, and my perspective was that Crew was coming out to be a very disturbed kid.
Okay.
Right? Because there was some unexplained things that he was doing that Lowen couldn't understand. But again, that was just her view or her observation. So they're at the beach, playing in the sand with the kids. Crew is, I think, running around playing with his toy, and he goes out of sight for a minute or two. And she looks to the side, and so she talks about how they've just sort of cut off life from everybody that they knew.
Just like what happened with Verity.
Yes. Yeah. So they've cut off everything, no communication, nothing. She hasn't spoken to anyone. No one knows where they're living now.
Scary.
Yeah. And so how she painted out to be as, we don't want people to question, or like we don't want people to start making assumptions that this was planned. Like that Verity died conveniently,
just so that,
and now that they're together and they have a kid together. So because of that, they moved out to a whole place. So Jeremy's on a run. She's at the beach playing with the kid, and she looks to the far left and she sees someone walking. And so I think it's been a while since she's been in a public area, and so she gets anxious that someone's gonna recognize her and see the kid and see Jeremy and put two and two together. And this woman's walking towards them, and then the woman approaches, and then she says the woman recognizes Crew.
Oh.
The woman recognizes Crew and say, "Crew, is that you?" or something along those lines. And she looks at the lady, and she's trying to this lady looks so familiar, but she can't pinpoint who this is and who.
Is it the nurse?
And that the ladies recognized Crew, so obviously it's someone that Jeremy knows. And then it takes her a minute, and she realizes that it's one of Verity's friends that they met in the supermarket when she was with Jeremy. Remember, and they came across two of the friends, and the friends were like, "Oh,
and he was
brushing it off and giving and then he was saying one of them was cheating on their husband, and so it was the one that I think was cheating on the husband that had.
He said some regards to.
Yes.
Yes.
He passed the sarcastic comment. So it was that lady that had recognized Crew, and she's like, "Oh, is this your kid? And where's Jeremy? Is he on a run?" And she was panicking. She was like, "Oh my gosh, not of all the people to find them." It's the friend that knows Verity, yeah. And I think the friend was questioning Lowen and asking, how's life? Like, oh, are you here with Jeremy? Since Crew is here, where's Jeremy? Is this your kid together? And then she
already put it together.
Yeah, so she was putting two and two together. So Lowen's fears are coming to life, literally right in front of her eyes. And I think Jeremy comes. Yeah, Jeremy comes, and then they brush it off, try to act, like, yeah, it is what it is. And the woman's like, okay, cool. And she walks off. And then I'm going to skip right to the end of the book. So as she's walking off, Jeremy looks at Lowen, and they have like this moment of, I don't know.
Like they know
fear.
they're going to do something.
They like, what do we do? What happens? What's going to happen?
Panic.
Who can she tell? Yeah, but it's silence between them, and they're just looking at each other. And then I think Jeremy says something. I can't remember what he says. All I know is I'm going to skip to the end. Is that he starts running towards the lady.
So you're going to offer?
And he
pretty
kills
much.
her. He kills her. And then he comes back, and they hide the body. Like, he gets rid of the body.
And she's just...
I think in the ocean or something like that. Or I think they're at the river.
Oh my gosh.
And the lake. I think it's
so
a lake.
He's just going to off anybody?
So he... Yeah, and I think what he said to Lowen just before he ran off to the lady was like, we worked so hard or something to come this far.
Wow, Lowen.
Kills her. But you have to put a spoiler disclaimer here, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, and he kills her. And again, the first thing that I thought of was, where was Crew?
True. Oh, the other kid.
And you maybe read it and then refresh my memory because it's been a while. But pretty sure when he got rid of the body, they put headphones on Crew and put him in the car.
Wow.
Pretty sure I read that part, yeah. So again, crazy. So that's it. I think it was official. I mean, you can officially say that Jeremy is
the bad guy,
a serial killer.
Yeah. Wow. And she's just going along with it out of fear again.
And
I
then
guess.
her and her husband, that lady, were on a vacation that weekend.
So the
So
husband.
they had just, and she was going for a walk with her dog.
Dog's dead too.
Dog died too.
So obviously the husband's gonna.
Oh, I
So
don't know
is
if
Colleen gonna write another book on it, or we're just gonna be left?
No. Anyway, that was the bonus chapter, and I've lost the plot that I wanted to talk about. But yes, Jeremy is not the man you think he is.
It would be really nice to know more on Jeremy. Like you said that before. Like his story is interesting. We don't get much of him.
Yeah, and it makes you think too, like what he went through as a child, to make him as
whether it started
dark as he is today.
whether it started from there or like I said earlier, losing his kids was the breaking point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy. Sorry guys, heavy.
Just there's no way we can make this a light episode.
Yeah.
Would be really insensitive if we had to play a game or something of it, because of just how deep the book was and the themes were, and yeah, just don't read it in the night like Mona did. I think it really got you.
I think I went two days straight just reading it. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we think that Verity is alive at all?
I don't know. Didn't he choke hold her to death? Well, the way I read it was very
Pretty
extreme.
final.
2 people were there and they actually saw her die.
Yeah.
But what do you mean? Like, what would be the possible scenario?
Like it's like a plot twist.
That she survived?
Or if like, yeah, I don't think that would happen.
I think she's dead.
For her.
Uh, but I think, and it'll be great if the movie sort of reflects it. They might even spoil it. But the whole book, right? You're in suspense because like you have three characters, well more than three, but you don't know what's happening in
Yeah.
Jeremy's mind. You don't know what's happening in
The
Lowen's
only
mind.
real truth of the person's character you see is Lowen's.
Yes.
Because it's from her perspective.
It's her perspective.
And her thought process. Her really bad thought process and decision making, to be honest. And
but then again, like it would be explained because of she hasn't had a real relationship before.
And that's the scary thing.
It is. It's love is blind, eh?
Love is blind, and if you haven't known real cow love from the beginning, because her and her mom's relationship too were not like close, motherly, daughterly. We didn't hear much about her dad. So we, yeah. So
and at one point, I think when she's becoming annoying, when she was trying to be like Verity.
Yes.
That was what was crazy to me. Verity 2.0.
Oh,
and she kept comparing herself to Verity.
She kept comparing
everything.
Herself. It was so. Maybe
like would Verity do this? And I think the bonus chapter sort of explains that.
Yeah.
Not explains. It's sort of heightened that comparison, and she like realizes that she constantly thinks of Verity. It's gonna blow up.
Nice.
Because she's been trying to justify the fact that they had to do it.
Or maybe that's just how Jeremy gaslights and treats his woman to be in that state of obsession and like submissiveness to whatever.
Yeah, but how do you choose someone like that?
Again, if you don't know love any other way, and that's the only thing you know, that's the only thing you know. And it's a chain that needs to be broken. It's all that stuff. Man, it's a scary world.
Very scary.
Yeah. And I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for all the sniffles.
Sinus.
The sinus.
Lack of sleep. We had a dinner last night.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Tyler.
I have a question though. Before and like maybe to end, would you recommend this book to everyone or only certain readers?
Say that again.
Would you recommend this book to everyone or only to certain readers?
I would recommend it because it's good for people to know this, but then different readers might be like, oh, it's so dark.
Yeah.
I would say certain readers.
Same.
I would love for everyone to read it and just be thing, but maybe some people would not dissect it in a way.
Probably not. I would recommend it especially if you're a married woman, 1, or in a serious relationship, 2, if you're a mom.
Yeah.
I would recommend reading it, but I would put a disclaimer to it and be like, it's very dark. That's what I did to you, right? Because I said, read it, it's good, it's really good, but it's very dark.
But yeah, but you know I'm okay with dealing with those
be mentally prepared to read what you're gonna read.
Yeah, and just putting it out there before we end. If you're going through any of this, postpartum depression in general,
talk about it.
Anxiety, like you
Please.
feel like you're not being heard, seen. There's spaces where you can talk about it. There's really good counseling services we have in PG. You can talk about it. You know, it's only a call.
Lifelines.
You know, if you're going through any form of violence, it's not just physical. There's always spaces. There's always places you can go to. Just putting it out there that you're not alone, and whatever strength that you feel to fight it, you're not just doing it for yourself. And just want to put it out there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on the deep dive
And the
into
deeper
twisted
dive.
brilliance of Verity. Next week we're switching gears, right? We're gonna go back into
The Empyrean world of fourth
Iron
Wing.
Flame. I finally finished the book.
Yeah,
So I'm on Onyx Storm now. That'll be the book to follow. But Iron Flame is what we're talking about next, right? It's gonna be different.
We
juicy.
wanna get some people to
Yes.
put in a guest star into it. Yeah.
It'll be good if maybe if you've read Iron Flame, drop us, a message or recording on your take on Iron Flame. Any warnings for our other listeners who haven't read it?
Yeah, and also just because we've been harping on about for me and Zayden a lot, like people have been asking a bit more and getting into it, which is fun.
Which is fun. Like
that's the whole point of having a
little book club.
Yes.
Yeah.
So excited. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you all have a great day.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Naka, bye.
Join us next week.
Bye.